Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Live. Up next, I have a beautiful conversation with Pamela Motlhabi, who is the founder of Tshebedisano Funerals. Now, with years of experience in the funeral industry, Pamela has witnessed firsthand the emotional toll that grief and loss can take on both families and funeral professionals. Now, today she'll be sharing her insights on the importance of mental health support for morticians, emphasizing the need for compassion, care, and understanding in this often overlooked profession. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live, Pamela, and welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for inviting me tonight. I feel honored to be part of this discussion.
Thank you so much.
That's going to happen.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's something so different, and I know that we're going to learn a lot from this conversation with you. Now, can you tell us exactly what inspired you to advocate for mental health support in the funeral industry?
What inspired me to advocate was that I have experienced and I have learned through the number of years I've been in that industry that people support you only around the time when you have lost a loved one. But going forward, everyone goes and you are left all by yourself to navigate through pain and loss and grief. And nobody ever comes back to check on you and find out how are you doing, how are you coping. Even the children, people don't ever get to support them. They will actually be worried about the adults, but nobody will ever come back to find out or even support you after. People will support you during the period when the loss has happened.
Most definitely. And before we actually get to the mental health effects of working in the industry and for the loved ones and all the goodies around there, can you maybe tell us how long you've been in the industry and why did you particularly enter the industry? Because I don't think we speak about it as a profession much. It's like we see people working in the industry, but we don't know how they got themselves there, because usually it's I wouldn't say frowned upon, but a lot of people are very hesitant to be in the industry.
Yeah, I happened to do this business by default. I was widowed at a young age. And at the time, I was working for the bank. I worked 10.5 years for the bank. And I was not coping with grief, and I had to stop working. I was hospitalized because I was depressed. I could not come to terms with the loss of my husband. And I could not even understand why I had to be widowed at such a young age, because I have never experienced death close by in my family until I lost my husband. And I think people will be hesitant because this type of business, for me, I normally tell people it's a calling. Money will come, money will follow you, but you have to have passion because it's not an easy job. You need to have, you need to be realistic that you want to serve people. You are not a business person in this industry, but you are a server. You serve the people that are your clients. You must view yourself in that light, that you are here to serve the communities. You are here to be there for people who are psychologically disorientated at the time. And yeah, but this is also a profession at the same time. People might not see it like that, but it's actually even a calling. Not everyone who works there just happens to come there. It has to take someone special to work in a situation that we work in.
Most definitely. Now, I know you mentioned that, you entering the industry came from a personal story, of being a widow at such a young age. Now, I want you to bring us back to now, it being a profession, and now, you are working as a mortician. Can you maybe share a personal experience that highlighted the emotional challenges, of being a mortician?
The emotional challenges is that most of the time you find that you identify yourself with your clients. you having experienced, you understand exactly what people are going through at the time, and you become compassionate, you have empathy, you are more worried about the people that you are servicing more than about the business. Because emotionally, especially myself, because I have been there, I have lost a number of people who were close to me in the family, a number of people who were close to me, very, very close to me, who were supporting me in life in general. So every time I see a person who's going through the situation, I understand fully what this person is going through. And I have learned to teach even my staff that we are privileged to be here. So we need to serve people in a sense that whatever that we do to them, we leave a mark. And we are here more to comfort them than to run business, to make life easy for them. So they can also feel supported.
Most
And
definitely.
the business has been running, for 27 years now. So experience is the best teacher as well, Yeah.
Most definitely. And speaking about support, how can society better acknowledge and address the mental health needs of funeral professionals?
Like I said in the beginning, people who are doing this type of uh, job, it takes a person. It's not everyone who can manage to support people, because people who are going through a situation like that, they are emotional, and the next person that they see is the person that they want to take this anger or the feeling that they have, they want to take it on the next person. So we also have people who are working in this industry, in this environment, who themselves have been through loss, who are probably maybe at the time are still grieving. So the society has to understand that as much as we hold space for them, at the same time, we are also going through emotionally a lot. And the people that are servicing them also are going through maybe grief at the time. So people have to be lenient and realize that these people are doing a very important job. For us to be the people who will be the last people to give you a dignified farewell, it's not everyone who can do that. So mentally as well, they need to make it easy for people who are holding space for them to be in in that mental space, that will allow us and our workers to be there for our clients. So they should realize that at the same time, we have people, we don't only employ people who haven't been to school. So it's not that everyone, like some people will just tell them, you are here because you haven't been to school. It's not really like that. We are there because as much as it's a profession, it's a career, at the same time, it's a calling.
Most definitely, it is definitely a calling. And I like that in your speaking about the importance of support and being there for each other and all of that. It's also embodied in the name itself, Tshebedisano, which means working together. And I want us to speak about the support structure. I know you mentioned the importance of being there, that aspect, but I want us to highlight the resources that are currently available to make sure that people that work in such industries are taken care of. And you also, what are you currently doing, or what is Tshebedisano Funerals currently doing to support mental well-being of its staff?
Currently, what we do, we have opened up employee wellness division, which is run by my daughter, who is the CEO of the company. So we do team building and take them out for relaxation, and also acknowledge the workers as males and females and take them on a relaxation camp so they can have a day where they forget about themselves or the environment that they find themselves in and go and refresh and reboot their mental health. We also have made it a norm to monitor, to monitor the stress levels that our employees are going through on a daily basis. It has become a routine that we run the race with them. We don't just leave them in that space, but we support them and we make sure that we are consciously aware of how they cope on a daily basis, because like I said, they're not just going through the emotions that they find themselves in through their clients, but themselves, sometimes they're going through emotions where the families are not maybe supporting them or the spouses are not supporting them, because sometimes people or the society feel that the type of work that they are doing, it's not up to standard, for societal values. So we make sure that we are there as much as we can. We also open up a grief podcast that is running at the company. So we make sure that we do support them as much as we can through counseling, through therapy, and wellness, relaxation.
Most definitely. And, just before I let you go, are there any, unique cultural or societal factors in South Africa that impact mental health in the funeral industry?
Yeah, societal factors at the moment, especially post-COVID, is that we have a lot of child-headed households where in the past, in the older days, we'll find that we had elders who would be there to support the family who are going through the loss or through the activities that has to happen prior to the funeral. But you will find that nobody older is left in those families. It's young people who have now to step up and take the roles of the adults at a young age. So, yeah, as well as the unemployment as well, people having to be responsible when they are not employed, it can be quite challenging for the families. That here is death in the family, but nobody is employed in that household is also another factor.
Most definitely. I mean, Pamela, thank you so much for joining us and, just for sharing with us, the importance of mental health within the, mortician or funeral industry in general, and just for also telling us exactly how, Tshebedisano also, works together with its staff and the community to make sure that mental health is something that's also prioritized. So thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are,
Thank you for hosting me tonight. I really appreciate it.
You are most welcome. Viewers at home, this was Pamela Motlhabi, who is the founder of Tshebedisano Funerals, and she has years of experience in the funeral industry. I mean, she did mention that it has been running for 27 years, which tells you that she is someone that's an expert in the field. And I really appreciated how she brought light into the importance of, mental health and making sure that, people that are in the funeral industries, together with the staff, together with the community, all work hand in hand while also having empathy for each or both parties, understanding that they both play the important role in that specific sensitive matter or time of the family. But on that note, it's time for us to head over to a quick break. We'll see you right after this.